Hello and welcome to Yoga with Glenn. I'm Glenn. Yoga is about many things. It's about finding that mind-body connection, aligning yourself both physically and mentally, but also it's about flexibility. That's what today's flow is focused on. Through these folds and heart openers and twists and bends, we're going to be really focusing on lengthening the muscles, lengthening the joints. It's just a quick, full body flexibility flow. Please hop into something comfortable, hop on your mat, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and let's get started. To begin our practice, meet me here on the ground in Sukhasana. I like to sit on this bolster, just raises my hips up a little bit off the ground. That way it's a little bit easier for me to achieve this posture. Across at the ankles, nice tall spine, open heart space, hands down either on top of the knees, palms on the knees, palms up. You can take any sort of mudra you like here. We'll begin with some slow neck rolls. Going with the breath, exhale as you dip an ear to the shoulder, exhaling down chin to chest, and we're just trying to move the neck. Inhale as you roll up to the other side, opposite ear to the shoulder, inhaling up, and exhale, roll back down. Just trying to move the neck, trying to leave the shoulders out of it for now. Inhale as you come up. And exhale, ear to shoulder, rolling to the opposite side, chin to chest. As you inhale, ear to shoulder, all the way up. And then reverse the circle. Exhale as you go down, inhale as you roll up. Keep going around in this circle. When you get to the top again, reverse. Remember to exhale down, inhale on the way up. Once you've reached the top, reverse the circle with an exhale. Inhale as you come up. When you reach the top, come to stillness. Exhale, chin all the way down to the chest. Inhale, chin all the way to the sky. And return to center. Take the fingertips, place them on the shoulders, elbows out, and just begin to draw little pea-sized circles. They grow to about a golf ball size maybe. Keep growing these circles bigger and bigger. Rolling forward with the shoulders. Try to keep contact with the fingertips on the shoulders. Grow the circles a little bit bigger. And eventually as big as you can. Come to stillness in the center once you've reached your full circle. And then reverse big circles. Big circles as big as you can. And then gradually just start to make them a little bit smaller. Drawing that circle with the elbow. Smaller and smaller and smaller till eventually you come to stillness in the center, and then release. Hands back down to the knees. Reset yourself if necessary on your seat. Bring the fingers, or bring the palms to touch, clasping the fingers. Bring the forearms to touch, and then begin to roll the wrists. Any way you like. We will reverse the circle here in a minute. This gets the shoulders warmed up, gets the wrists warmed up, and then reverse that circle. Come to stillness, and then release. Place the hands on the knees and extend the legs out. And then we'll do the same thing with the ankles. Roll the ankles one way, Maybe make fists with the toes as you do this, and then reverse the circle. Just pivoting on the heel. Come to stillness, and then we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch. You can gauge about as far away or as close to your body as you want, but we just want to feel openness here in the hips in this butterfly posture. And if you'd like, you can take yourself off of your prop, your bolster, your pillow, whatever you may have, or if you're on the ground and you want to be on the ground, great. I'm going to be up here for this one, and we're going to fold over our butterfly position. So with an inhale, arms come forward and up, and then exhale, folding over this butterfly posture. Try to keep the feet connected here. And just feel length in the side body as you reach with the arms. Feel the low back open. Feel the hips definitely open. Tension where there needs to be tension, and ease where there can be ease. A nice, steady rhythm of breath will take you through this posture. We'll take a couple breaths here. Slowly, after an exhale, begin to walk your fingers back towards the body, propping yourself up until you come nice and tall in the spine. Spread the legs out wide, a nice bend in the knee. Hands either behind the hips on your prop or on the ground, wherever you are. We're going to open the heart space. We're going to do this sort of windshield wiper with the legs here. Kind of resetting the hips. Making sure the heart space is open. And when you're satisfied with that, come to stillness in the middle. Bring yourself back forward. Reset your seat as necessary. I'm going to grab a prop for this next one. For me, if you'd like a blanket under your heel as well, you're more than welcome to grab whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. But we're going to come to a seated figure four. So cross an ankle over the knee, but staying nice and strong here so we're not putting a ton of pressure on our knee. You can have a little micro bend in this knee if you really like. But same thing, we're going to bring our hands and arms forward and up, and then exhale, folding over in this seated figure four. Might not be a lot of bend here, especially for me. I'm pretty tight in this area. But you're going to feel length through the bottom, all the way up the leg. Depending how far folded you are, you can spread the arms out and you'll feel length in the side body. And as you breathe, you may find you'll sink deeper and deeper into this pose. Just a couple more breaths to go here. Place your hands on the ground, walk yourself back up to a tall seated position. See if you can plant down in this hip that your knee is bent on. Just bring that knee towards your chest a little bit. You'll notice how that changes the treatment. We're getting a different stretch out of that same area there. We'll just hold this for just a couple breaths, not nearly as long as we were just holding it. Stay nice and upright, tall spine, really planting down in this side of the hip. And exhale, release, slowly back down. Carry this leg up and over and off of you. Slowly extend it so both legs are extended. Plant the heel on your prop if you like, and then we'll take a bend. In this opposite side. This side for myself, I notice I'm a little bit tighter on. That's okay. You'll have one side you may be more flexible on, another side you're not. But same thing, let's take a bend over this figure 4 configuration. And exhale, bending forward. Remember to stay strong in this thigh to support this ankle. Maybe a nice micro bend in this knee here. Just breathe through this posture. After an exhale, inhale, walk yourself back up to a tall spine, ground down in this side of the hip, and then bring this knee towards the chest. Same thing, notice where it changes, the treatment, where we find length by pulling this knee towards the chest. Just a couple breaths here. Again, won't be here nearly as long. Our hips are very important. A lot goes on down there in the hip area. That's important to take care of it. And with an exhale, slowly release. Bring this ankle off the knee, extend. You can roll the ankles if you like. Leave the legs out long. Inhale, arms come forward and up, and then we'll take a twist over to one side. Chin falling towards the back shoulder. Inhale, chin to front. And exhale, chin to back shoulder. Inhale, arms come forward and up, and then twist to the opposite side with an exhale. Chin falling towards the back shoulder. Inhale, chin to front shoulder. And exhale, chin to back. Inhale, arms come forward and up. And then bring them out wide. Bring the palms behind you, fingers facing away. Opening the heart space, basking. You can leave the legs where they're at, or if you'd like to open the hips, you can do so as well, heels on the ground. And slowly return back to center. Collect your props, set them off to the side. If you'd like, we're going to come into table posture, but if you'd like a blanket for your knees, you can grab one. We're going to go into a child's pose. Knees wide to the mat, big toes to touch, and then sink the hips back down to the heels. Extend the arms overhead. Forehead comes to a rest on something, whether that be the ground, a prop, block, bolster, pillow, blanket. Whatever you want, whatever makes you the most comfortable. And as you inhale, feel where the breath goes now. Now that we're scrunched up, torso against the thighs. The air might not have anywhere else to go but the low back. So it's a good opportunity to sort of massage the low back with the breath.
Nice deep breath. Imagine pushing the belly button out as you inhale. And the belly button comes back in with an exhale. Now lift your forehead off of whatever you have it on, the ground, any prop. Start to walk the hands over to the left, leaving the legs where they're at. Placing the right hand over top of the left if you're bending to the left. Left hand on top of right if you're bending over to the right side. And you can play around with where your armpits are here. You drop the left armpit. See how that feels. Drop the right. See how that one feels. Maybe straighten the right arm. See how that changes the treatment as you lengthen the side body. And with an exhale, slowly walk yourself back over to center and over to the other side. We're going to stack the left hand on top of the right if you're bending to the right. And again, play with the armpit position. See what feels good for you. Feel length in the opposite side body here. After an exhale, inhale and slowly walk yourself back to center. Look forward on the mat and trying to keep the chest as low as possible to the ground. Slink forward onto your belly. All the way down, legs together, feet together, shoelace side of the foot on the ground. And with an inhale, we'll lift our chest and chin, pressing down with those feet into low cobra. Maybe the hands float off the ground, maybe they don't. Try not to use them to prop yourself up. And exhale down. Another low cobra when you're ready with an inhale. Up and exhale. Down. Again, low cobra, really pressing with those feet. Inhale and exhale down. Now pressing with the hands this time and the top side of the feet. We're going to go into high cobra. So inhale, first lift the chest and chin, and then bring the hands into it, pressing yourself up into this high cobra. And exhale down, slowly back down to the mat. And move your hands maybe a little bit wider, just outside the mat. Palms down just by the lowest rib maybe, or in line with the lowest rib, and then we'll press ourselves up into high cobra one more time. See how that changes the treatment. Try not to scrunch up in the neck, but have some space between the ears and the shoulders, opening the heart space. And exhale down. Now make any adjustment with the hands that you like. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, pressing ourselves up to high cobra one last time. First with the chest and chin. And then all the way up, opening the heart space. And exhale. Slowly back down to the mat. Extend the right arm overhead. And then rolling over onto your back. Soles of the feet on the ground, knees bent, heels pretty close to the glutes here. When you're set, we're going to press ourselves up into bridge pose. So with an inhale, press the hips up as high as possible. And exhale. Back down slowly, down to the mat.
Now imagine you're pressing your shins against a wall in front of you. And when we inhale, press our hips up again. Try to keep the knees in line and remember that wall in front of the shins. With an inhale, press up. And then exhale, slowly roll the spine back down. One more time with an inhale. Up into bridge, and then exhale like a leaf in the wind. Sway the hips back and forth, side to side, till eventually they come to rest on the mat. Bring the knees into the chest. Get really close with yourself. Give yourself a nice big hug. You can rock side to side here, small movements, back and forth. Take a few breaths here against this knee hug. When you're satisfied, bring the elbows inside of the knees, feet flat like you're doing a squat against the ceiling, and our hands, bring them either to the ankles or shins, or if you can reach, bring it to the bottom of your foot, or you can take the two peace fingers here, hook them around the big toe, as we relax into happy baby. And like the name of this pose implies, just remember a time where you were a happy baby, maybe doing this pose on the ground, staring up at the ceiling, everything in the world new to you. Just find a happy thought here in your happy baby. Rock back and forth, side to side, whatever you like. Come to stillness in the middle. One more knee hug. And then open yourself up for your Shavasana. If you'd like any props under the head, under the knees, under the butt, whatever you like, under the heels. Make this Shavasana yours. This will be just a short Shavasana, but we'll start by just relaxing the whole body. I like to start at the feet, and just imagine drawing a line up the body. As we start from the toes, relaxing the toes. Surrender the weight of the heels to the earth. Feel the weight of the back of the lower leg. Maybe feel how the air passes underneath the knees, moving up the body. Let the hips rest heavy on the earth. Feel the air moving in and out. As we move up to the shoulders, just surrender all your weight to the earth. Let the back of the arms rest heavy, back of the hands. Feel the air pass through the fingers. Surrender your weight of the head. Let the eyes sink back into their orbits. Let the tongue fall to the lower palate. And imagine the brain sliding to the back of your skull. Nothing left to do. Nowhere else to be. Just here at peace. wherever you are, lost in thought. Release that thought and return to the breath. Easy inhales, easy exhales. Let's bring awareness back to the body and toes, drawing a line up the foot, up the leg, past the hips, up the back, around the back of the head to the third eye. Start to make some small movements. Start with the toes, the fingers. Squeeze the toes together, squeeze the fists together. Roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Whatever other small movements that you like. When you're ready, bend one knee, place the sole of the foot on the ground. And then press off that foot, rolling onto the side body. In a recovery, fetal posture, preparing us to sit up into our Sukhasana. Take as much time as you need here, but when you're ready, pressing yourself up to an easy cross-legged seated position. As we begin to close out our practice here, walk the hips back, sitting on the sit bones, cross at the ankles, tall spine, open heart, level chin. I really hope you enjoyed your flexibility, slow flow. If there's anything you really liked in particular, please let me know down in the comments below. Let's take one last breath together as we close out with an inhale. Circle the arms up. Touch the palms overhead and bring the hands down to heart center. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.